Well, here in modern day borders of Kazakhstan, this ancient Silk Road went along the south of the country, which is where Almaty is located. So trade caravans would come from the border with China, which is only about 350 kilometers to the east of me, to progress further into the Caucasus and even further into Greater Europe. Almaty then became one of the biggest trade, craft and agricultural centers of the ancient Silk Road, so much so that they even printed their own money here. They had their own mint. In the 10th to 14th centuries, settlements began developing around the Almaty region to what is now still being considered as one of the longest standing trade hubs of the Silk Road. This city, I should say, remained the capital of Kazakhstan until 1997, but it still remains Kazakhstan's largest trading hub as well as cultural center.
Natalie, what are Central Asian countries expecting from next week's China Central Asian Summit?
Well, there has been a lot of buzz about this conference going forward. As you've mentioned, diplomatic relations between what is called the C5, the five Central Asian countries, and China only developed about 31 years ago due to the Soviet Union that used to run this area. But since then, trade has increased to $70.2 billion US dollars, according to official figures in 2022. So there is quite a lot expected on this, because it is also the first such meeting of all the presidents meeting in this region in those 31 years. There's also going to be a lot of experts on Central Asian relations and businesses attending this meeting. They are expected to discuss, of course, as you've mentioned, issues of greater cooperation, for instance, a more growth in the railway network to help facilitate trade throughout the region. This will, of course, open up further export options and economic growth for all the countries within Central Asia. Even visa regimes are being considered. Here in Kazakhstan, for instance, the government has just announced that it is planning to open up visas for Chinese citizens for up to a 1-month stay here in the country. Now, that is important because, A, it'll help facilitate, of course, tourism, but also business-to-business relationships. So there could be a lot more potential growth economically in that regard. And the Chinese Foreign Ministry has said that this meeting represents a new era of cooperation. And I think as far as expectations go, that's what a lot of people are hoping for.